All right, this is 242318 SD, the People versus Sharina Davis.
Tara Gross on behalf of probation.
And good morning, may it please this most honorable court, Odie Uddy back on behalf of Ms. Davis, who's to my right. Today's the sentencing hearing, put it over so that we can provide you some information. We have our on-site testing results since the last time we were here, and may I approach?
You may.
Ms. Davis had a few outstanding warrants. However, her money was not compromised, but she couldn't come up with the money to set those bonds because she has two children. They have one newly diagnosed medical condition where he has seizures, and she's been going back and forth to the hospital with him. Mm-hmm. And the other one's a type 1 diabetic who's not managing his diabetes well. And so she wasn't able to, within the time period, step to those arrest warrants and have them taken care of before this court date today. So we're going to ask either, could we put it over so she can get some more money up to take care of those outstanding warrants? Or if we go forward with the sentence today, give her time to take care of those warrants.
All right, well, there's an allegation she failed to appear for drug testing on February 15th. Did you see that?
On the 15th, I went the next day and I couldn't use it. So I went the next day, then I used it.
What do you mean you couldn't use it the day of testing?
I went and I didn't have to use, I didn't have to use the bathroom. Like I couldn't pee.
That's, okay, so you sit down and you wait until you can.
Okay, well, okay.
And the other,
I mean, you need to go to jail. I mean, like, that's my opinion of this, and mine's the one that matters. Yes. I'll hear you out, but you need to go to jail more than anyone I've seen in front of me in a minute. Well, like, you've got the amount, I mean, that or you need treatment court. I mean, those are the options as far as I'm concerned. She's got multiple OWIs, multiple. Like, you should be a felon. You should be a felon.
Not to interrupt.
And you should do like real time.
She, this case came out of 21, right? So this is from 2021.
No, 22.
22.
Right.
But she did not hear of it until 24. And she's been clean because she's had the intervention of the courts in an earlier event that you're speaking to. And I represented her there. Yeah. And this never came up. And so when we were brought back here, I had an opportunity to speak with the prosecutor. She understood, she explained that they were backlogged.
How'd you get to court today?
My sister dropped me.
And I'm taking her back. And the point being is, Jenna, she has done everything to stay sober. Yeah. She actually has a psychiatrist.
She in treatment?
With a psychiatrist. And remember last time I was telling you about her diagnosis, and I didn't want to put it on the YouTube.
That's fine.
And she works at Ford Motor Car Company. She has 4 kids, 2 now with special needs. She's been stable.
Yes, I haven't.
The only thing,
my 1 year and 6 months clean.
And then what happened was, before, when she picked up this case, her doctor said it was okay to have a chewable, yes. Right? Which we all know is, legal, but she didn't know how it would impact on this case. So she stopped. Yes. And she's here for sentencing, Yana. And as we were speaking the last time, I said, due to the fact that this is like a procedural glare with the prosecutor's office, it's not double jeopardy, no, but it's akin to, if she had known about this, I had known about it, I would have took care of both cases simultaneously, so the penalty would be run concurrent. And we didn't have that opportunity. We're kind of robbed of that opportunity, right? But she's done everything up to that point, to stay clean, be a good mother, a partner, living.
I mean, here's the thing. She's got, no, she wouldn't have run concurrent because here's the thing. She got warrants out on them. I mean, like, so they're not going to run it concurrent because she went to court on one of them. She got a warrant out of Romulus, a warrant out of Dearborn.
But not for drinking and driving, though.
Oh, yes, she does.
For what? Drinking and driving?
Can you hand that to him? Look at the top. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. Can you look at the top of that report?
When I had my probation, I just knew she pulled up all my warrants and they had to be paid off before I can be on probation. So I paid off my warrants. So I don't know. I never had like no other warrants.
Ms. Grasso, when did you run those warrants?
They were run, I believe, the same day as her last.
Has she cleared up any warrants since she was here last?
No, she didn't.
No, I double checked them.
But I'm saying, you have DUIs outstanding?
She got an OWI warrant out of Deer. Look right at the top here. It'll tell you. This is what we've got on her record. She's got this one warrant status, this one warrant status. I mean, the driving while licenses, but she shouldn't be driving. But I mean, those aren't, yeah, he's okay. I mean, look right at the top of that.
Sorry.
What's my, she looked up all my warrants.
Oh.
She gave me just the warrant she gave me to pay.
Look at like the second and third one, I think they are.
I couldn't get off probation without.
Yeah, I don't, these are not new cases, Your Honor.
I know they're warrant, but
Yeah.
like this whole idea of her having some sort of global resolution, she got all these cases in a very short time frame, and you can't get a global solution if you're in warrant status at half of them. I mean, they're all Wayne County, but that's not how it works.
And you know what, these are prior criminal records, but they're not open.
Mm-hmm. Look at the top. Two of them are in warrant status.
Okay, Romulus 2015, 2020.
I have a conviction. Redford,
I represented her there,
Harper Woods,
yes,
and then all the other ones are in warrant status.
and I don't know what that means.
I don't know, when I just got off probation. I could not get off probation.
Where?
without-
Harper Woods?
Harper
Yes,
Woods.
when I got off probation there, I could not get off probation unless I paid my warrants. I paid my warrants. She gave the days, the warrant she gave me, I took care of it, and that's how I got off probation. I don't even know where these warrants come from. I couldn't get off probation without paying my warrants.
And there's sticklers over there. I know those weren't appearing when I represented her to get off probation. Because we had to go back to get granted to come off of probation. That's all we're saying here. We're not trying to hide from any misdeeds. It's just that something happened during COVID. These records are scrambled up, and I just don't think she should be penalized for an international crisis. Whereas it's actually,
She's gonna kill somebody.
no, you
No,
and I, we're
I
on the
mean,
same page, John.
Like, she's gonna kill somebody, so it's kind of is like it might not be international,
Yeah.
but certainly state of Michigan
Mhm.
crisis. But we've also got this, the violation of her bond conditions for missing a day of testing. So she failed to test on February 15th.
And she did, Judge, she told your explanation. And again, she's not testing positive for anything. And I think that's the hallmark of.
I know, but we all know that alcohol and a lot of other substances only stay in your system for a short period of time.
Oh, okay.
So like a day can make a difference on an ETG.
Mm.
She could test positive on Monday and be clean on Tuesday. So when she's not showing up for testing, how do I know if she's using or not? When people miss testing, I assume there's a reason they're not coming or a reason they're not providing a sample.
Mm.
I mean, that's just standard common sense. So,
Understood.
I mean, we can take a plea on that. We can, Kara, did you call either of these courts? Or just you rely on?
No, I checked Lean and JDW. I made her aware of all of these when we originally met. I told her she needed to start calling them to figure it out. But on another note, I'm looking at her testing, and she tested positive for marijuana on the 22nd and the 24th, and then was negative on the 28th.
Did she test the day after? She took a PBT the day after. She didn't do a drug test.
Yeah, and they had the stuff messed up. They thought that They didn't know if I was supposed to blow or supposed to drop, but I had to tell them they had to drop because they were just trying to have blow. And I was like, no, I have to. They had stuff confused back at the on-site too. And they told me that they was gonna get in touch with Kara. I'm sorry, I don't know her. I forgot.
That's Kara.
Oh, Kara. They said they was gonna get in touch with her through email. But I told them that I had to drop, like, use the bathroom, and I guess I had to blow. I didn't know if it tests all at the same time, or I didn't know how.
No, I mean, the drug test tests for a lot more. I mean, you want to go over this. Here's her rights. Here's everything on the violation of bond counsel. Here's this back. Why don't you two go over your advice and rights and all of that information, and we'll come back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you guys can take a step out.
Yeah. Okay. Go. Will you hand me my screen box? Now go. Freak. Rah.
All right, we're back on Sharina Davis. With respect to the bond violation, again, the allegation. What's the bond violation paperwork? Do you have a piece of paper that has I have it here. The allegation is that Ms. Davis failed to appear for testing on February 15th of 2025. You understand that allegation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and did you go over this bond plea or bond advice or rights form?
Yes, and she initiated it, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ma'am, you understand you have a right to a contested violation hearing. At that hearing, the evidence against you must be disclosed. You have a right to be present at the hearing to present evidence and to examine and cross-examine witnesses. The court will consider only evidence relevant to the alleged violation, but the rules of evidence do not apply except for those pertaining to privilege. So I can't talk to your priest or your therapist. And the prosecuting attorney or the probation department would have the burden of proving the violation by a preponderance of the evidence. That's like 51%. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
And you had a chance to discuss all of that with your attorney?
Yes.
All right. So the allegation you failed to appear for drug testing on February 15th of 25. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as knowing and voluntarily given. Anything, counsel?
Well, as she explained, prior to taking the plea, Your Honor, she came back the next day.
I actually used the bathroom and she threw it in. She poured it out and said it wasn't enough and threw it back in the toilet.
So she showed up to it, but she couldn't give a sample.
Because it wasn't at the
level.
temp line. She said, okay, that's not gonna, she said, I don't know. And she looked at, she like, no, that's not enough. And she's like, just throw it back in the toilet.
Ms. Grasso, do you have information that she appeared for testing on that day?
I do not. I got a voicemail from her on the 15th. I believe it was a Saturday, and she had called me stating she didn't know that she had to test on the weekends, but she would go the next day.
So did you go?
Yes.
Okay, because she said she left her voicemail that said you
Yes,
didn't
and
know
that
the
was
test.
that.
She's talking about the next day.
Yes, I did. It was a different
No,
day.
that's what you're saying. You
Yes, I
didn't go on the
did.
day you're supposed to go. You went the next day.
Yes,
And that's the day you couldn't provide a sample on the
Yes.
16th?
yes. I went, I didn't know I was supposed to call on Saturday. I don't know how it worked. I called and they called my color, but then I looked it up to see what times they open, because I know it's a different schedule. And they said only from 7 to 10. So I wasn't able to go at 7 to 10.
All right, well, that's when testing is. So that's when you have to make it. We have testing 2 times on weekends, it's morning testing only, or you can go to another facility. But, you're expected to show up for testing. Ms. Grass, I don't understand why she's not been thought of for treatment cordage just because of this period of sobriety, Ms. Grasso? Is that why she wasn't reviewed for that?
Yes, but I do wanted to let you know that while we were on our break, I did reach out to Dearborn Heights, and her warrant in Dearborn Heights for that operating while intoxicated is because she had failed to appear for her plea dates. So she was never on probation. She's just been warrant status.
All right, any luck with the other one?
No, not yet.
Romulus?
Okay, well,
So she's just in warrant status because she never showed up on her plea day.
yeah, I didn't represent her on it, so I don't know anything about it. I'm finding the dark with that.
All right. As to sentencing, did you have a chance to review the pre-sentence investigative report?
Yes, we have no additions, deletions, or corrections made to that report, Your Honor.
All right, I see that there are some things circled. Was that something you circled,
Let me see.
counsel?
Let me see.
Yeah, if you want to approach.
Yeah, no, Your Honor, everything is suffice, Your Honor. I was just checking to see if she understood what it was. I didn't know what the blood alcohol level was alleged. I just wanted to make sure that was true.
Okay. All right, anything else before sentencing?
No, I think we said it, Your Honor. We appreciate your indulgence in this matter, even giving us an extra day to get our docs in order to appeal to you not to incarcerate her. It is a disease. It was from 2021. She availed herself as soon as it was known to her about this particular matter.
Yes.
And we thought we'd jump on this, and I don't know about the other cases. They were never officially notified. I was never officially notified about those pending cases when I was representing on another case.
Yes.
And so we just asked that if there is any jail time, and we're beseeching the court not to do it, but if there is some jail time, can we put it at the end for make it a weekend situation? Because she's the sole breadwinner for the 4 children. The oldest being what, 16, 15?
My oldest is 18.
18, and the youngest
18.
being?
18, 15, 13, and 9.
And the 2, one is having the seizures and the other one's type 1 diabetic. And if they lose that insurance, of course, everything's being yanked out as far as medical treatment. And I don't think she anticipated any of this to be impacting her on a day like this. We just asked the judge, if you can see it, can we put it at the end, hold it as a hammer over, or even take?
I mean, I told you, here's the thing. Is there anything else, counsel?
No, yeah, I'm
All right.
Thank you.
I think she needs the most I can give her on the plea that she received is 93 days. Because that's what they pled her to. I don't think she really deserved that, but the probation department, after meeting with her, thinks that probation is appropriate for her, that she's a candidate for her. And ultimately, I have to weigh whether 93 days in jail is better than giving her treatment and making sure she doesn't kill anybody else. Or kill anybody while you're drunk driving, right?
Yes.
So I strike that. You didn't kill anybody yet,
No.
but
Kill them.
you're gonna, well, I hear you. I apologize for that, but the drunk driving, like, I'd rather have the community be protected. So for more than 93 days. So you are going to be put on probation per the probation department. You have a fine of 400, court costs of 400, state costs of 50, plus a victim's rights fee of 75, probation oversight fees of $450, community service fee of $10 per day for a total of $100. You have an assessment fee of $100, warrant fee of 75. That brings your total to $1,650. You can pay that off over the course of probation. You can have a payment plan. You have 20 months of probation. You're going to do 80 hours of community service in the city of Taylor or as directed by the probation department and provide proof. You'll attend 1 pro-social meeting. She'll attend 2 pro-social meetings a week. And provide proof to the probation department. You'll abstain from the use of possession of alcohol or controlled substances unless prescribed by a physician, and documentation will be required. That's for the term of your probation with random drug and alcohol testing is deemed necessary. You'll submit to drug and alcohol testing at your expense. You'll continue in substance use and mental health therapy as directed by probation, follow therapist recommendations and provide proof. You'll attend the victims impact panel and provide proof. You'll attend and complete any ancillary services deemed warranted. You'll stay out of establishments that primarily sell and serve alcohol. You'll maintain employment and provide proof. Clear all outstanding bench warrants, stat, no driving without a valid license, and obtain an order for fingerprints. You also have 10 days jail with 83 days held in abeyance. And you also have 2 days jail for the bond violation. So you have a total of 12 days jail up front. So you're being taken into custody now. An appeal to circuit court must be taken within 21 days from the date of sentence or is permitted pursuant to MCR 6.625, parent B. If the sentence includes incarceration and you wish to file an appeal but are financially unable to retain a lawyer, the court will appoint a lawyer to represent you on appeal if the request for the lawyer is made within 14 days of the date of sentencing.
Got any objection to work release or?
She got a gift already.
I understand.
The probation department thinks you're eligible and that you would do better under community supervision or you'd get the 93. So no, she's got those days up front now. She can make a call if she needs to.
You need to leave your phone.
We're gonna take everything down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What is going on today? This is a joke. Today is absolutely an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself something.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Reed, we're gonna start bringing people in for She's gonna learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it? Okay.
Come and go, so let this feeling. I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.